All right. Not gonna lie, I don't actually have any ideas right now as of currently. I could have recorded that Jujutsu Kaisen when it dropped. I'm gonna be rude, I didn't really care. That week was pretty rough, anyways, so that's why I didn't upload. If you saw the community thing, uh, however, I do have a tier list, very original. Look, it's the thing that I could do right now since I just finished playing Crimson Sin, Kuro no Kiseki. It saved my life, Unironically, like it did help with what happened as of recent. But yeah. It's a tier list of all the games. Now, why why did I decide to do it now? Like I said, I kind of just needed something. I'm changing that. Um, and anyways, let's just get started. I don't want to drag this on any longer. I'm gonna put Trails in the Sky first chapter. It's a very special place in many people's hearts, given that it's the first game of the series. It's slow, very slow in the beginning. I like, trust me, I struggled playing through it because I had just gotten off Cold Steel 2 and I had to go back to this. It was rough. Rough. But, persevered through it. I really enjoyed it. But, of course, with most things, the second game picks it up. Sky second chapter, even better game. Estelle, Joshua, dynamic. We get Kevin. We get Loe. We get so much stuff. We get Ren lore. I mean, it just did a lot. It served its purpose. Told a nice story. Uh, and we get to see a new main character. It is from Sky the Third, Kevin, who doesn't actually exist. However, spoilers. 3, 2, 1 for Crimson Sin. He does get mentioned, and that's it. That is all the recognition he'll ever get. He doesn't even get a model. It doesn't matter. Just like at the end of Cold Steel 4, he just gets like a picture of him shown at the Imperial wedding. Uh, Sky the Third is special in the whole game. It takes place in this other dimension where time just doesn't even pass by. I'm just giving it like really bad synopsis, but it just shows like the world that was created and stuff. It was so different because it's not like, go to point A to point B, go to this town. This was more or less like uncovering the secrets and the story that happened to this character who we knew nothing about. At the end of the second game, her Sky second chapter, he kind of just kills the dude with the salt pail that uh wiped out North Ambria, right? So like, just seeing more of him, and then Reese the Squire, right? That's what they're called. That was cool. And then we had the Star Doors. Anyone knows that last Star Door is traumatizing. But you know what? Our girlfriend pulls through somehow, subway. God bless her. Grows up later in the games, and we see that. Zero. Mm. New cast completely. Now, B? Yeah, no, it's B for me. I'm not gonna say I didn't like this game. However, for me, present, like, I did not feel Lloyd's impact in this game until later on. Like, I'm talking about Azure when you feel like him actually be a part of the story. Because most of the time, it just felt like, for me, Randy was just like getting everything. He was getting gobbled on everything, which is why I loved him in that game over Lloyd. And then the reveal. Well, not really. The reveal doesn't even happen until the second game, but it kind of ties in once again. I'm just gonna say spoilers if you haven't played it, but how the SSS basically die, but are rewinded back because of Kia's effect that she had being connected to the all that stuff, the septinium veins and all that nonsense. But it kind of plays a role in Crimson Sin, kind of in Cold Steel 3, Cold Steel 4, given how the event of one thing changed if Reen did this different. kind of, kind of. I don't know. I would it. They say it's around the same thing, which I can say that for sure. Uh, but in Crimson Sin it's basically almost the same thing. Where I'm gonna get into spoilers again. Basically, the Genesis. Every time something bad happens, like it's not the desired outcome, I think they said, it will restart because it's not, it wasn't the outcome that they wanted. So, hence the rewinds, which get a little obnoxious for some in the later half of the game, like Act 3, but it's whatever. Uh, Off topic, but Azure. This game I have mixed feelings for because it is good, but at the same time, it felt so flat for me because everyone hyped it up, right? And I played it. I was like, okay, that was all right. Like, I'm not blown away or anything. Like, oh my god, greatest of all time. Like, it is a good game. I hate the final fucking boss. That was the worst part about it all. I could not stand it. Literally, this final boss was about as bad as Kuro's final boss. Holy shit, did I hate that. But like, I don't know, some of the characters, some things just felt a little obvious for me. Grimwood being like a bad guy. I mean, and then I just didn't like. I don't know. Some characters in Crossbell just didn't hit for me, like Arios. He's alright, but it just some of his goals and stuff like that. Like I get it, your daughter who's blind, you want her to have a better life, but at the same time, you kind of betray everyone else around you who's trying to help you. And then the same thing happened, like kind of almost the reason why what's his face died. Guy. Not even the fact that he fought Guy, but I think he was just so tired, and then he got shot because of Grimwood. Like to me, that was just like okay. Arios clearly just has this issue of letting people in. I guess you could say, I don't know. That was just I did not fuck with him like that. But he grew on me. What else? What else did I have issues with Azure? Until like I guess the prison break with Lloyd and stuff like that. Once again, it just feels like it's the Randy show. Like, oh my god, Randy just cooks a storm up in this game, especially with when we see his side of the family. Shirley, we get more of Risha. Risha gets a big moment against Shirley as well. Um, yeah, I mean it is a good game. The reveal as to what happened and what happens in the later games. It comes into fruition or like callbacks, which once again, it's always great when the series does that. It just feels great. Cold Steel 1. This is how I started the journey. Now, bias aside, right? I do like this game. Like, I thought it was fun. However, not to compare it to the other games, Rirochu. This is not even in order, but it helps my eyes. Rirochu. It does not stack up as well when you play this and this and this. Like, it is still to me like I love reading and all that stuff, but like I can see the glaring issues, but I don't know. To me, like the finale will always just like have me when they reveal Crow as C and all that stuff. That was insane to me. I remember I stayed up for that. What else? First time they let me do the bonding events with Sarah because I was off of Persona 5 Royale or just Persona in general, and I had Cow Comedy, so I was just like, yeah, you know what? Let's just continue this teacher route stuff that I got going on. But Cold Steel 1 it's gonna have a special place in my heart. By I broke that game a lot, especially with like when you get like Emma built up, and then especially Reen, who I would just make him like gain CP every time, and his quartz anytime he hit an opponent, he would gain CP. Combat points, by the way, not that other thing, you sickos. However, this game does have a fight that I hate with all my might, and it's in the mines where you fight one of C's members or Crow's members, and it's a double boss fight. So like you finish one fight, to then the other, and I wasn't healed up at all. I kept losing, and I didn't save. So like that was the shitty part. So I was forced to be in that game until I figured out a strategy. And oh my god, Fee and Ring carried. Elisa was the CP battery. It was just you know. All right, Cold Steel 3. Cold Steel 3 and S, yeah. Now, Cold Steel 3 just changed the game completely up, right? Bringing an adult now, a teacher at Door's military branch, new characters for this time, it's not. Wait, right? For? Uh, Yuna, Kurt, Ash, Muse, Altina. Okay, 5 new characters from his class, right? He's the teacher. For once, we get to see, well, the aftermath of what oh, wait. Oh, shit, I skipped Cold Steel 2's right here. Uh, 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 Cold Steel 2 there. But let me just say this. I love these two games, but Aftermath of Cold Steel 2. You know what? There's not a lot that happens in Cold Steel 2 until like the end because a lot of it was just focused on, oh, we gotta find this character, this character. But even then, I kind of like that because it just showed like how much these people meant to Reen, stuff like that. The ending being what happens to Crow and stuff like that. We just get to see the reveal with him and Osborne and stuff like that. Uh, it to me it will stand the times, and I've enjoyed it, despite it not being everyone's favorite. They said that same thing about Crimson Sin. That it's just like Cold Steel 2. It's ass. Yeah, I'm a Crimson Sin enjoyer, but back to Cold Steel 3. Seeing Reen grown up, adult, and seeing just how he's been dealing with everything that's happened with the war, uh, and stuff like that. The unification of Crossbell. Right, that's what it was when Crossbell was under control of the Empire. It was a lot to unpack. Like this game like set a new stuff, right? A fresh start. We don't have as big as a cast in terms of the class, the students, because let's face it, Cold Steel 1 and 2, they were hammering it in on characters, and they kind of just did a lot of nothing. So, you know, just one of those things where that's why I guess a lot of people like um, the Crossbell group, given that a lot of them have more focus and, it's a little more compact versus this. Like, there's a lot. And some characters don't even get a lot of shine, and even when they do it, it's not as like impactful. But you know, you can't do them all. But I see why you got to change things up in these games, and you can't keep it the same, which is why they added, I guess, that little harem thing or whatever you get with a bunch of the girls. Fine, whatever. That doesn't really bother me. Bothers a lot of people, but I mean, even then, regardless, the main character still manages to pull like quite a few amount of girls. So once again, what is the point in people complaining about that? Just let the main character live, bro. If he pulls the husk, let him vibe. Yeah, Cold Steel 3, magical experience, cliffhanger ending. I remember I bought Cold Steel 4 like that same night. That leads me to Cold Steel 4. S. Now, no. Okay, see, like, there's so much in this game because we see what happens to Rin. He's captured now. Everyone, first of all, has to get him back, which that fragment chapter, fucking phenomenal. the, oh, the rivalries too, Crow coming back. It's just, there's a lot of good stuff, but I think, oh man, no, I kind of just have to give it, like, SS is like super, like, insane. But I don't think S is like bad. That's still like the peak. That's still the great part of the game to me, right? But then I'm gonna get into this conversation and say this. I'm gonna put this here and that like this. Right? This looks a little bit better. Because now Cold Steel 3 is still so good. It's just so different. But like with the later picks, you're gonna see that I'm gonna be a little bit stricter. But close to a four is just a lot of people hate it because you choose that different side of the ending if you do that side quest. To me, I mean, I'm a sucker for it. So you know what, Reen is still my favorite character, so it didn't really matter. We got to see Reen, Lloyd meet up, all that stuff. There's just so much built up in this game, and it just feels so worth it. And I can't hold you. I just really loved all the characters. Minus the old Class 7 members. Some of them, you know. I do like Emma and Eustace, who grows as well. Eustace has a phenomenal moment against Rufus. This game just like when you get to these points and these characters have all this like build up and they get to that one moment and then it pays off so well. It just it hits well. Uh Hajimari no Kiseki
or Trails into Reverie. God, I hate that name.
This is perfect. This is like the best thing ever. This is like you get a glass of milk and you get some cookies. Just sit down on the chair, dip the cookies in the milk. Everything's perfect. Oh my god, it's exquisite. The magic, the flavor, everything's so different. We get new main character, which spoiler C is back, but that's not the actual spoiler part. It's Rufus who's the main character. If you haven't played the game, sorry. You shouldn't probably have clicked this. I'm just saying that right now. We just get three different sides of these characters until they all connect. And then we get the reveal as to who this villain is. All these new characters from the Picnic Squad 3 and 9, or Swin and Nadia. Oh my god, this game is just so good. The music, oh my god. And then, like, there's not enough of what I can say in this video about how much I fucking love this game. The point where I had to play it, where we had the patches. Like I had to buy it from Amazon, in Japanese, and I had to get the the spreadsheet translations. That's what it was. Oh my god, I'll forever like love this game. The Marine payoff, the Lloyd, telling Rufus that you're under arrest. Because you didn't trust in the bonds that you believed in this whole time. Like there's just so much. Rufus just becoming a different person overall. Oh my god, this game is just so cream. Genuinely, this is what I consider the best. Like the Reverie Corridor. There's just so much of a challenge in this game. It's so fun. You get all the different characters you get to use and all that stuff. It's Kino. It's peak fiction. It's the greatest of all time. Hall of Fame. Kuro no Kiseki, the first game, or as they called it, Breaking Dawn, or Dawn Breaking. What are whatever that means. Now this may be an introductory game. However, this may be the best introductory game in the series. This does not come close. This does not come close. This doesn't come close at all. This is the best introductory to the game. Well, to Calvert, I should say. Now, yes, there is one weak part in this game, which is the it's where you go to the Hollywood part, I believe, and you meet Judith and stuff like that. But that's not against her. It was more or less the fact that it was a repeat of what happened in Hajimari, which was they started like I forgot the character's name, where it was the dancing girl becomes evil, so then they have to stop her dance with like a good person dance, yada yada yada. Essentially, what happened here with Risha and the other girl, like I forgot her name, whatever, that was like the weakest part. That was like, oh my god, sure, I guess. Brand new set of characters, completely different. There's not a single. Well, there's like we get references to some of these old characters that we've seen, and yeah, no, it's just completely new and different, fresh. Von Arkwright is insane. Like just how he handles things, how he has done things in other games, and just has been like helping them from behind the scenes. Like how he helped. They said he helped Kevin. He helped in the Imperial War. Just how much this character has done behind the scenes, and now we get to see it. it just feels so insane, and we get to see just how he acts, how he sees things, and it's just so good and stuff like that. And then we get characters like Aaron, who, uh, fucking funny ass character, great guy. This cast is just so nice and new. Elaine, I love Shizuna, the greatest of all time. Oh, should I mention that this game? First of all, mentioning Shizuna and Elaine, Chef's kiss. Thank you for every corridor. That's just another thing. The little stories that they have, right? It just adds more to some of these characters and stuff like that. But it's just this is the standard, right? New engine, new everything, new mechanics. It just floats so well. Crimson Sin, most recent game that I have played, and I'm very upset that I finished it and stuff like that. But this is a good game. This is a great game. I had so much fun. It just felt so good playing a Trails game and breaking it, just like how normally you could do. But like, oh my goodness, like I had a build for Ren where she basically used 0 EP, and bro, easy pickings. Like this this is so fun, and there was like a bit of mystery involved too, and then it kind of gets pushed aside with the rewinds and stuff like that. But that doesn't really matter. The payoff in the end is insane. The music this time, it's a step above them. Oh, holy smokes! I couldn't believe my ears. The cutscenes, immaculate. I don't know how they stepped it up, but they did it. And I'm glad that they haven't like released another game this year, because I feel like they just needed a break from all that cooking that they did. Like the kitchen's flawless. The kitchen's clean. The food is immaculate. Let's turn the lights off in the kitchen just for a bit. We don't want to overwork the workers. It just game felt so good. My takeaways on it though, being Act 3, which it was more or less the fact that I had to like keep dealing with the rewind for like the silliest things, and I was just like, okay, sure, this and that third. I didn't mind the explanation that they gave. I'm gonna try to be a little lighter on spoilers for this one since it's newer. Some things, the reason why it's called Crimson Sin now it makes sense. I'm like, oh shit. Um, Elroy Hardwood in both of these games is fucking phenomenal, insane, great. I should mention the villains in this game. The Almata. Oh my god, bro, they're fucking insane. This game takes the next level of blood to there's a lot more blood in this, but it just there's so much that this game does right, and it's just so cool. Other takeaway, Agnes. I have to see her constantly being pushed with Vaughn, who is a 25-year-old man. Girl, let him go. That this is not the relationship like you and your mother had it with how you and your mother had with your father. It's not like that. I'm sorry, that's a spoiler for her final Connect event. That shit was. I did not need that. That made me very uncomfortable. So this is a little different from with Reen. Actually, no, it's his students. God damn it! It just I understand you can admire him, just not Elaine in this game. I thought she was gonna have a big role in terms of like uh prior to like all the cutscenes that we saw, like from the trailers and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, maybe this is a race to save Elaine or yada 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 from her like ending doom or whatever. Not really, but she is involved in the game. A lot of the cast is. However, I kind of sidelined her in terms of like the combat. By the way, the game does this great thing where like they scale the characters like when they leave the party, and they like have to join you back. They scale you back to your level. Phenomenal, stupendous. Please, why couldn't these other games do that? I had to level up these people, man. Like I appreciate that. That one was it was fun. You get a lot more choices than this. Granted, the two other characters, Celis and Rion. Oh my god, I forgot even them. Bro, there's so much good about Kronos Kiseki. Oh my god, I don't want to make a whole video about it, but so good. Those two they just didn't never got leveled up because they were never in the story. like in terms of combat when you get to use them. That was like, yeah, no, there's a lot in this game that I just enjoy. But if you don't agree with these rankings, let me know. Look, let's be civil. Excuse me. Let's not rip each other's heads off. Let's not rip my head off, please. If you don't agree, if you disagree, or you think something should be lower, no, I haven't played this game. I don't know what it is. But that's my tier list. I think I was fair enough with some things. Granted, I forgot a lot mostly, but like, I've been known to hate on Azure. Yeah, I can give it its credit. It is a good game still, but I have my own problems. That some people have problems with Cold Steel. Perfectly fine. At the end of the day, we all play these games and we all enjoy them, right? Maybe some of you. I don't know. But that's gonna be it for me.